That sumbitch is tough as woodpecker lips.
The Southern Saturday Podcast.
Oh, well, come on, son. You couldn't whoop a pitcher of meat.
It's like giving your ears a big glass of sweet tea.
Come on, boy. Shit.
Drink up and enjoy.
Welcome to another episode of the Southern Saturday Podcast. We've got a returning guest today, Miss Deanna Brown.
You don't remember me, probably.
Yeah, they do. Your episode did fine.
It did good? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Hey.
Yeah, hey. Big news, spoiler alert, everything that you wanted to accomplish, you've accomplished since that episode.
How long ago was that?
Every bit of it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have anything. You were just, it was all a wish.
I had a wagon that I moved my dumbbells around with.
You were borrowing a gym.
Yep. Borrowed a space. Now I have my own gym.
Yeah. I was about to say, tell everybody how it happened.
Lord. Was I doing a 5 a.m. class at that time?
Yes.
Okay. I think I just started that.
But only one. Whatever. You had a wait list at the time, but I don't think you were doing... Only one evening class, I think.
I didn't do any evenings yet. I didn't start evenings until I got in the building. But I did the morning classes, and then the wait list kind of blew up. Yeah. And then it kind of blew up. And I was like, I think it's time for me to start looking for a space, because I was kind of trickling into Miss Daphne's time. And Miss Daphne's like the sweetest human being on the planet. She would literally like rearrange her whole class schedule just to give me the space when I needed it.
But that's awesome.
It is. She's amazing, but I couldn't let her do that. So I was looking for places to lease, and I think this is when, because I remember I was doing a t-shirt fundraiser to try to have a construction loan down payment, because there was nowhere to lease in Saraland the size that I needed with the parking lot that I needed. So we're going to have to build, like, we were looking at lots. And there was one that we were going to put in an offer for across the street from Rouse's. And I'm like in the works of all that, and somebody brought up it was like, I think it was called Spartan Tent, brought up that shop. One of my clients said to me, I'm like, I don't think it's for lease though. I know it's been sitting there empty, but I haven't seen a sign. Well, literally the next day, a for lease sign went up, and I had like 10 of my clients tag me because they all knew I was looking. Mm-hmm. And so I messaged the guy right away and was like, I'll come look at it right now. And so one of my clients went with me. And I like started looking around. I'm like, okay, I can see this. Like, it was a dump. It was so bad. Like the before and after is.
I know the before and after pictures is some of the most impressive part of it.
And it happened in 8 weeks too. So I brought Blake back up there. I had a babysitter at that time, and I was like, I need you to. Can you stay a little longer so I can bring Blake to see this in person? Because I showed him a video, and he was. Sure. I saw him like intrigued on the couch, because he calls him my dream crusher. Because I'm like the dreamer, and then he's the realist.
Yeah, you gotta we can't have two dreamers.
Yes, exactly. So he's like, I'll be the dream crusher, you keep dreaming. So when he was looking at it, he was like, okay, this is pretty cool. We went and looked at it, and I said, I'll sign the lease like tomorrow as soon as you have it available. And they were like, okay, deal. He took down the sign. Actually, there was like a turnbuckle. He kept calling it a shackle. Do you know what a turnbuckle is? It's
I know what a shackle is.
But it's like this massive thing that apparently you use on cranes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was sitting in like the front where the lobby is now. And he was like, if you can pick that thing up, I'll take the for lease sign out the window. And I was like, okay. And that thing was heavy. But I picked it up.
I was about to say, I mean, he didn't know who they were messing with.
He just saw a skinny white girl. I was like, I'm going to pick this thing up. And Blake's like, please don't hurt yourself. Because Blake knows me too. He's like, she might blow a disc, but she's going to pick that up. I picked it up, and I didn't hurt myself, surprisingly. So then he took down the sign, and it kind of got rolling really fast. I kind of bullied a contractor into getting started for me.
You had to have bullied him, because I remember watching the progress, and it felt like 2 days. I know it was longer than that. But
it seemed like a million years, but it was 8 weeks.
But a lot of your people showed up to help too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It was great.
Deanna's built a little bit of I don't know what you'd call it.
Some of my clients call it a cult.
Well, yeah, but it's a tribe.
It's a tribe.
It's what it is.
It's tribe, yeah.
It's tribe fitness.
Tribe fitness. My husband calls it a cult too.
Well, Courtney's joined it.
She's drank the
Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid.
I told her whenever she was talking about doing it, she's like, I think when we filmed the second Aunt Dolores video, she's like, I think I'm gonna start working out with Deanna when she gets her new place. Or she started there. She started at Miss Daphne's. And she's like, that's the perfect time for me to be able to do it. And I was like, all right. I was like, I'm going to tell you. I was like, Deanna's going to give it to you. And she's like, Justin, I already work out every day. I was like, not the way Deanna's fixing to work you out. And she would come home and be like, Deanna just wouldn't leave me alone today. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you.
I have this I really do think it's a gift that I kind of draw my attention to whoever has stopped moving for the time being. Like I know realistically moving nonstop for 30 minutes is not going to happen, but I like to bully them into getting back to work quicker. Like when they have to take a break, and I always notice when they stop, my eyes go right to them.
It's what's crazy is Courtney really did. She worked out every day, and she really did push herself hard.
She works hard.
Dude, there's just, and you have the gift, but there's just something about somebody else pushing you. It's just, they're going to get a little bit more. That's why it's better to have a partner or whatever it is. But like the way that you make people work out, they would never do that on their own. Because your body would eventually tell you like, all right, you know. But Deanna's not going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm a pusher. Push people.
Exactly.
You know that movie reference?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what it's from. I've heard it.
You don't know that one?
No, I do. I know it. I've heard it.
Mean Girls.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody told me I need a shirt that says that.
Yeah, I saw you made a shirt out of Courtney's Sweat Angel.
I'm getting it made. It's a surprise. Don't tell Courtney. Maybe I'll get it before this airs. But I got one made, and I'm just going to wear it to her class.
You should. So good. She thought that was the funniest thing in the world, that you could see her sports bra perfect.
It looks like her corpse.
It does.
It's like her body outline. It was so great. So, Courtney's the sweaty one. So I thought it was just, like, she sweats a lot.
Yes.
And some people do, like, they sweat a lot more, but Courtney is one of those sweaty ones. And at Miss Daphne's, I mean, it would be like 112 in there because there was no AC. We just had all those fans going.
Exactly.
So, like, when she'd be dripping sweat, I'm like, oh, it's just really freaking hot.
Everybody sweats.
Well, now I got 3 AC units in the new building.
She'll put the air conditioner on 67 because we do it. We have a home gym here, too. She'll put the air conditioner on 67 and come out of there like she's been swimming. I'm a sweater too, but like she gets sopped like everything. I have a
video I got to show you. I didn't send you this one because sometimes I'll just send it to you like right after I take it in class.
Yeah.
But I get distracted. But I was like, Courtney, you look like a Gatorade commercial because it was just like she's doing split squats.
All we need to do is
like
color it.
Dripping off. Like you could see it. I was like, I need a slow-mo of the sweat drop to like splash onto the rubber. But I have to clean the floors twice a week now because of like her and like 2 other clients, how sweaty they get. I got to get their sweat off the floor. We got
that room in there. And it's just like every time when she gets done, you could go in there and it would look like a puddle. We just have to wipe it up every time with those.
Well, I went on that vacation and everybody said I was going to come back with a vengeance. Like I was going to get the rest I needed. And that's basically what happened. Like I got really creative and the workout was so bad that day. I mean, good, but it was very challenging. Like they didn't stop. And so I was videoing everybody on my stories, like with the arms of an angel clip, and Courtney was one of them. But what made it so funny was when she got up, like that sweat angel, and you'll have to show a picture of that because...
Yeah, I'll put it up.
Yes.
We'll put the sweat angel up.
It was
because it is hilarious. As a matter of fact, Tribe's stories on Instagram are funny in general because it's always just people dying. That's all it is. Like you should make a compilation.
I got to make a highlight.
Yeah, of exactly. Like of just people dying.
Post-workout reviews is what I should call it.
Yes.
And put like 0 stars. Would not recommend. Don't ever do this again.
Oh yeah, wait till you have a Yelp review. It's not going to be a good. But the week you were going on vacation, Courtney she'd come home and she'd be like, "It's just not the same. Like we need Deanna.
We need Deanna because I'm just loud. So my voice is going all the time. I just yell at these people all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's what you're supposed to do. Like somebody else might get it as like a job or whatever, but it's what you're supposed to do. It's different from
personal training because personal training, you just kind of like have a conversation and your trainer kind of yells at you a little bit, gives you a break. Like it's different. This is like I keep you moving the whole time.
I bet it's a fun environment. I've never done anything like that, even with the guys. But like
you did with Southern Grandpa and Dolores. Like brief clips.
Yeah, but that was just me.
I mean, I would love to see a full class, like a real, like we put a body cam on you.
Oh yeah.
And then we filmed the whole thing, and you're in character the whole time.
As Grandpa, I couldn't do it as Dolores.
It
would be titties and makeup everywhere.
You'd have to get some real ones, like one of real like silicone bras.
Courtney was sitting there and she's like, you know what we need to do? And I was like, what? She's like, you need to do Aunt Dolores at the beach. And I was like, Courtney, I'm not putting on a 2-piece swimsuit. She's like, come on.
You could do like a short swimsuit. Like you do the shorts over the swimsuit. That's what I told her.
I was like, I'm not going to put on a swimsuit.
I see Aunt Dolores in a 1-piece swimsuit. So like you'd need a leotard.
Of course you do, with a skirt on it.
No, with like baggy like basketball shorts. You know?
Yeah, but
or a wetsuit, like a full wetsuit, because sun.
Okay, that would be funny. And
I
then
could see her in that.
She could say she bought the wetsuit at like Goodwill or something.
Yeah.
Like a hand-me-down wetsuit.
Yep.
But I think wetsuits are probably expensive.
You could probably find like a fake
One at actual Goodwill for...
Probably. You never know. You might could.
Me and you have some... Y'all will see them, but we have some skit ideas. The one I sent you last night, I really want to do.
Yeah. Me and Courtney.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's easy. We can do that.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
easy.
and she's like, "Are you going to come up there and film it?" And I was like, "What do you
Just
need
do it on
me
our
for?"
phone. Yeah,
I
we'll
was
do
like,
it.
"Somebody else can do
I'll make
it."
sure we do that today. I love that one.
Even if it's not today,
There's so many
I think
I
that's a
wanna remake.
2-minute skit that y'all could collab on, and it'll
So
be.
Blake and I did the one, the white chicks, while we were on vacation, where it's like,
I saw.
"Where'd the sun go?"
I saw all y'all's reels while you're on vacation.
Well, the TikTok one where it's like easy white chocolate, like where he walked
I
over
haven't
me.
seen this.
No, it's like, you know that scene where
I know
the guy
exactly.
walks over?
I know exactly.
So
what you're
it's
talking
me
about.
like, what a beautiful day. And then Blake, you can see when the shadow comes up. And I'm like, oh, I haven't to the sun. But I've seen people do that with their trainers. And it's like them handing them heavier weights.
Oh, that's pretty funny. You should do that too.
There's so many that I see. And I'm like, this is hilarious. There's other funnier people out there. I just kind of remake it and copy them. So
Well, here's how I feel about that. I don't feel, as long as you do your version of it, I don't feel like it's copying. Like, what I sent you is, I don't say that y'all do exactly that. I told Courtney what y'all should do. We're not going to ruin it. They'll see it. But it's just another version. Just like the thing I sent you with the girls dancing.
you're going to do your twist on it.
We're going to do our version of that.
Is Courtney recruiting people for that? Because I told you.
I
guys.
have.
Oh, you have? Okay.
She has too.
Okay.
But I got Drew and both her sisters.
Oh, yeah.
And I
'Cause
figured
Claire,
you wanted to be in it.
So yeah, Drew has been coming, and then Claire came last week, and she was like, "I almost threw up. I'm gonna come back tomorrow." It's like they love it. It's like terrible, but then they always come back.
Well, there's something in your brain. I was listening to Andrew Huberman on Rogan, and he's like, "It's something in your brain that gets like this huge benefit from doing something you really don't want to do." I don't know what
that's good for you that you don't want to do.
Right, yeah. It's something that it's not like killing your kids.
It's not like is it serotonin release? Like when I see a mountain of clothes, and I'm like, I do not want to do that. But when I see them all neatly folded and the couch is clear, it's like, so glad I did that.
There's some days where I'm gonna work out where I'll literally just like look at my shoes or whatever for like 30 minutes and be like, oh. And then as soon as you're done, you're like, yes. Oh, is that you?
Because I'm so tired. Like,
I bet you are.
I'm freaking wore out.
Guys, her schedule is insane. Like, getting her on this again is really impressive, to be honest. Because you have more class now than you had the first time you came.
I do have people doing the 5:30 p.m. Like, the first few weeks I was open, it was like, how many hours? I would get there at 4:30 and I would leave at 6:30 at night.
Do you do absolutely every class, or you have people now?
So now I have people doing the 5:30 class, but I do every other class.
Well, I was about to say, I mean, good God, for you to be there for every single class.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 30 a week.
Are you feeling like the people at 5:30 are just as happy as if you were there?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's going to take time.
Somebody's still pushing them.
And the thing is like, I don't want to have like clones of me. I want people to be like their own person and have variety, because I've got.
Nobody can handle clones of you.
You never know. I have 2 of them.
Two exactly.
Girls.
Two's enough.
Right. But I want them to be their own person, and they challenge them in a different way. Like, I've got one girl who is like so smart, like she knows exactly.
But do you still? I was about to say, do you still lay out what they need to do?
Yes, I'll like give them feedback on, hey, we got to yell, like we got to be really loud, because these women don't want to hear themselves sweat. They don't want to hear if they accidentally fart. They don't want to hear none of that. We want the music up, and we want to yell at them. Like, it's want to be like a club. Like, we want to be in the club.
A club. Are you from Memphis? You sound like Glorilla.
In the club.
I was watching an interview with her the other day. She's like, she just got a beautiful spur. Beautiful spur.
Have you not seen that one? In the club, we all fam.
Oh, yeah.
In the club, we are all family.
Who else he doing it? I saw Gordon Ramsay doing it.
Yeah, everybody's doing it.
I was like,
it's hilarious.
What was the original? What is it?
I don't know who did the original. I forget what movie it's from. It's from a movie, but because I tried to see the original, but I was like, this is a really old movie. It's the original audio.
I've never heard it before now.
Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. And you never know how these little audio clips are going to go viral, and then just as somebody does one voiceover, and then everybody does it. Just insane.
Yes, I when we went to Mexico and I was pregnant, and we did the scene from Couples Retreat with Blake, and I made my friends do the voiceover.
I remember now.
It was like, who's the new yoga instructor? That was a funny video. I had to put him in slow motion, like doing the Kim Kardashian hair flip.
I love Blake.
I know he need to get him on here. He'd be entertaining.
I would have Blake on here. I'd have anybody entertaining. I don't really care about social status or whatever. I want it to be funny.
So are you telling me I have no social status?
You have social status. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But like
Maybe
I
the
have
locals.
local comedians on here that I know that I can have funny banter with. Like I just want it to be good.
Yep.
It doesn't have to always be funny as long as it's something interesting.
Yeah, something fun
There's
to
not
talk
just a lull.
about. Hopefully we haven't bored you yet with all this.
I don't
trainer
think
talk.
yet we have. The first one wasn't boring. I mean, we're killing it.
Killing it.
You text me the other day. You were criticizing. I was literally throwing Hail Marys. And you're like, well, way to open up the podcast with Marilyn Manson sucking his own weenie. Like, what?
And I know about that because what?
Of course you do. But see, that's my point. My point is, how did we all know it? That's all I was trying to say.
Conversation.
Like these
you
things.
travel places.
No, there's no way that it gets around like that. Like, there was no social media.
Like,
but
what do you
kids
think? Carrier pigeons took these
yes, like Game
tweets?
of Thrones.
Like, is that where
Cinder
Twitter
Raven.
came from? Like the birds, Twitter.
That's how it started. Well, I just don't know what happened. I think the government sent people to every city and was like, Marilyn Manson took out 3 ribs. Like, I don't understand.
Didn't Scary Movie do a play on that? Like one of the Scary Movies? Like, but what's the funny version of the Scary Movies?
Scary Movie.
It is Scary Movie? Okay.
Yeah.
But it makes fun of what movie is it?
Scream, usually.
Scream, that's
but
right.
as
Okay.
they went on, they made fun of all of them.
Yeah,
Like, they just started
okay.
opening up, making fun of every scary
Yeah, but there was
movie.
like a scene in one of those. I remember being like, oh my God. You remember that one?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
He got upset, so he decided to do it himself. Like, dude, those movies were some of my favorite childhood movies, and looking back at it, there's no way I should have been watching it. Like, it was awful.
Meanwhile, like my parents didn't want me to watch Harry Potter because it was witchcraft. And
It's
like,
weird what they pick, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but then now I watch Harry Potter. I'm like, I would not have thought this was all real.
this is mild compared to what I actually watched.
I know they put the Poltergeist on one time. Like my sister was older, and so they all were watching Scary Movie, and I was like traumatized for life. And
That's how I was with Chucky.
somebody decided to scare me, and they come and like beat on my bedroom window to scare me. Brittany's friends picked on me all the time, though.
I think that's like half the reason that you have kids, though, like to scare them or to mess with them. But Chucky scared the living shit
I don't
out
watch
of me.
that. I don't do clowns. I don't like that. I don't like that guy.
So
you remember
like
Kyle
it, you
Wickle?
can't do it.
Do you remember Kyle Wickle?
Yeah.
Okay. One time in high school, they all knew I was terrified of clowns. He dressed up as a clown, and they lured me out of my parents' privacy fence, like where the pool was. We were all
What
over
do you
there
mean
swimming.
they lured you?
They were like, "We had to tell you something," and I was like, "Oh God!" It was like they were like, "Your boyfriend cheated on you again." And I was like, "Oh God, tell me
Did you
more."
say again?
Yeah. It was a bad time in my life. Anyway, I come out of the fence and he spear tackles me in a clown suit. And my brain didn't register that it was Kyle Wickle.
No.
But he chased me around my house. And then I think like fight or flight kicked in, like
course it
after
did.
the flight. And I
You
just
grab a
like,
butcher knife?
no, I started like swinging on him. And he had to take his little red nose off and be like, "It's Kyle Wickle."
Obviously.
And I was like, "Ah."
I love
blacked out for a second
love
there.
that in your mind you're like, yeah, of course they couldn't tell me that my boyfriend cheated on this side of the privacy fence. We had to.
Yes. It was like
has to be-
they
Yeah.
needed some privacy.
Yeah.
To tell me these things, and I believed him. I was gullible, but I think, and I scare people all the time now, which I've got to get back
Which
on my.
used to be my favorite videos.
I got to do that. I scared. Who did I scare? I hid under my leg press. I try to scare my sister a lot, but she knows me, so because she gets there early in the morning with me at 4:30.
You know what you need to start doing?
What?
You need to keep doing those scare videos, but record it in like 120. That way you could slow mo it if you want to.
Yeah,
And those would be so funny. Like I love slow mo scares.
I got to start doing that better.
I used to slow mo Jackson when he was crying, and it would just be like,
It's terrible. That's awful. What? No.
That's why you have kids to mess with them.
He likes to scare me all the time, and like his favorite thing to do is when I get in bed before him and I'm like scrolling TikTok and the light's so bright in my face that I can't see him come up sometimes, and he'll just like pop his head up right next to me.
I've seen people do that where they paint their face completely black. Oh my God.
I will cackle laughing like when I watch those videos.
But I hate the ones that are fake. Like,
Yeah.
I love it when it's genuine, but some of them set up in a pitch black room with the girl scrolling on her phone. Then they got this bright ring light right here. I'm like, guys,
It's not real.
But it doesn't matter. The world, I have this thing with Jackson where I say the world and he says it's full of stupid people. That's what he says.
There you go.
Because if you click on these videos, there's people on there like, oh my God, I
This is
can't
so
believe
funny.
it's yeah.
And it makes me want to cringe. I'm like,
it makes me want to just shh, like I can't stand it.
It's not
Something
authentic.
about fake videos drives me.
there's one
insane.
couple, and it really does. Like, they do these over the top things and like make huge messes and.
And if you click, these people's views are insane.
Yeah.
It's that couple every time. I was like, look, either you people believe this is the clumsiest couple in history or you're all stupid.
Yes.
They'll literally, and it will be repeat offenders. They'll be commenting on it like, I can't believe he did that again. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're the dumbest
But then
person
again,
alive.
there's also people that think that when Blake hacks my Facebook,
Oh, yeah.
that I'm in for. I heard that.
Yeah. I don't think they did.
Yeah, see, it's like little space noises. My stomach does that. I said I inhaled a plate of chicken and rice on the way
I've
here.
never heard anybody call it space noises.
They
That's
do.
actually
It's
perfect.
like a spaceship
Yeah,
noise.
it sounded just like one.
That's what it
Like a
does.
Jetson spaceship. Anyways, go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying.
We were talking about the fake videos. When Blake
Yes.
facts your Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, there'll always be like an old woman that actually gives me like a remedy for my issue. He'll be like, my hemorrhoids are out of control, and everybody's commenting,
Honey,
Blake,
just push those
Blake.
back in.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, use this ointment, but put it in the fridge first. And I'm like, Mama, they think I'm for real? Like, they think I put my business out there?
Dude, it doesn't matter what. I can put a skit up. A skit.
People think you're
where
for
a
real.
normal person would say, okay, he's changing camera angles, so they're filming each other. They'd be like, I can't believe she acts like that. I'd divorce her so fast. I'm like, God, there was one guy who wrote, I did a video about the happy drunk. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm falling all over everybody. I'm loving them. I'd risk my life for you. I love you. Like, and then there's one scene where Dylan's peeing. He's peeing, and I come in behind him, and I'm like, "Let me see what you." Yeah, and I'm lugging all over him. And some lady comments, and she's like, "So they just had a camera in their bathroom all the time? They're sickos." I was like, "You're the dumbest person alive."
You can't even reply to people like
Like
that.
I know
You almost
that
want to
you're
just
helping.
like engage in conversation, be like, yeah, I actually have one in the toilet bowl too, but I didn't want to show that.
What I
angle.
start doing is replying to these
Yes,
people and
just
just
dumb
seeing how
things.
far this can go. I'm replying in a comedic way. Like I know they're helping my algorithm. And thank you all for
Thank
doing
you
that.
for
But it's
that
just like
engagement.
there's so many dumb people in the world. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. It's an epidemic.
Yes, it is. It's a sickness.
Every
They're
time
all over the
somebody
place.
says something they can't believe, they're like, they're watching politics or whatever on TV, and they're just like, I can't believe somebody. I was like, can you really not?
You don't want to keep reading when you say, I can't believe.
Yeah.
When they start doing that. You know what? Something else bothers me. This is off subject too, and this
It's okay.
is so wrong. Of
I like
me.
it when it's
well,
all
it's
over
kind
the
of
place.
not off subject. It's on like things people say when they start, and it's just going to be an eye roller. It's the RSV season posts where don't kiss my baby if you ain't.
Oh,
my
yeah,
mama.
yeah.
And I'm like, if you're passive aggressively posting this about a family member that won't stop kissing your child, so if you just sit them down and you say, "Hey, you've been kissing my
Yeah.
baby. I just don't want you to do that."
Yeah.
Then that's what you do.
I
Instead of
love,
making these passive aggressive
I love
posts.
when they do the passive aggressive post and then that family member knows it's them, or like it'll be like their mama and like the daughter will be on there like, well, I tell you what, and they just start getting
and
into it. That's
and
the
you're like,
best.
Oh, let's read more.
I'm
All
telling
comments.
you, I have a bit that I want to start doing where like social media platforms are kind of like levels in society. Like bottom of the barrel is Facebook. They're just the worst.
You think so?
Oh yeah, like compared to like TikTok is like a loony bin or something, and then Instagram's like a little bit snooty.
Yeah, it's
but
like
dude,
the-
Facebook is a wasteland of just trailer park. It's just
It's pretty bad.
oh yeah,
It's
like
pretty bad out there.
no matter what, I
But
can.
there's also like I have good parts of it too because I
There,
like
there
how you
are
can have a
good-
group.
I'm not shitting on Facebook as a whole like it's
Yeah.
the worst app ever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you throw up a
amount-
viral video on Facebook, I can guarantee you that the negative comments will far outweigh
Yes,
positive.
100%.
But that doesn't happen anywhere else. You'll get a negative comment on Instagram or even TikTok, but like it won't be posted at the top. Where,
Yeah.
like at Facebook, it'll have like,
On the top.
oh yeah, all the replies.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't care if it's the first, like, it's almost like Facebook's algorithm is perfect in realizing, oh, that was mean. Let's put that at the top.
Yes.
Because even if it becomes, before anybody ever liked it, They're like, ooh, this sounds juicy. And they just put
Have
it.
you ever seen the AI responses? Like it
Oh,
summarizes
yeah, we started
the comments.
messing with them.
Like I need to pull up the one from it was my outfit one day at the Bama Georgia game, and when it said people are admiring the poster's outfit. One commenter joking, only she could pull off shoelace pants or something. It was like it's like this with this crazy summary, but they did it before on one where Blake hacked me too. And it's just hilarious to read how AI summarizes it.
Yeah, well, the AI had something the other day about a comment, and it said, "Would you like to know more?" Like it's asking you, "Did you want to know more about the person?" So I literally would comment on it and be like, "Who is?" Like, it was like asking about Justin Stagner, and I was like, "Yeah, who is Justin Stagner?"
Who is?
And
What
it's
did
like
it say?
Justin Stagner is a country singer from Houston, Texas, and Courtney's like. I asked him, I was like, well, who is Justin Stagner's wife? And he was like, Justin Stagner is married to Amy Stagner.
Oh,
yeah.
wrong one.
And they do couples content. And Courtney sends a screenshot to our group family
Amy.
message. Who the hell is Amy Stagner? I was like, who the hell is Justin Stagner, the country singer?
I want to hear you sing something. Go ahead, sing
Well, you
something.
remember I used to do those
Yeah? Where's it at?
guitar singing videos. Nobody go look those up.
Yeah, we're gonna look them up now.
It's on
We
my
gotta
old
look 'em
YouTube.
up.
I leave them up just because I hope somebody finds them one day and makes fun of me. I
Hey,
don't
trending
care.
topic too. What do you think about mom talk? Have you reached that side of TikTok?
Is this like the Alley from Alabama mom?
No. Well, that's different. I'm talking about the original mom talk out of Utah, with like
Wait a minute.
they had the show Secret Lives of
Oh
Mormon
no, I
Wives.
don't know. But
You haven't reached that side? Okay, now your algorithm's gonna take you there. It's a rabbit hole you go down.
Thanks.
It
What
was
is
like
it?
it was like. Do you remember seeing? Did they ever pop up on your page? And it was like a really pretty brunette with like blonde. She would like do dancing videos with, and she'd be like, "Nobody believes these are my kids. I'm the grandma." But it was like clickbait. Like clearly they were all friends because people would say, "Ain't no way you're 58," because she wasn't. She was like her 20s. She was gorgeous, but she like
now I saw a mom and
It
daughter
was-
doing this that looked the exact same age.
yes, and so they kind of blew up. Well, then this like swinging scandal blew up where she came out because some of the couples were separating, and they apparently had this like swinging agreement, and then they stepped outside of the swinging agreement and did something.
Which is a big no.
Yeah, big. Swingers have rules, and so then they blew up, and it was like all over TikTok, and so then they made a show about it on Hulu, obviously, and it's like the lives of these women that are, and they're all Mormon too.
Yeah.
And like the intro, it's like the Unholy song by Sam. Is it Sam Smith? Is it Unholy?
Probably, yeah.
Anyways, and they're like walking in these blue coats, like in front of the
okay.
actual like Church of Latter-day Saints. Is that the Mormon
Yeah.
church?
That's right.
The Mormon church in person is really theatrical, but it's just the drama of the moms and what they do and what's going on in their lives. So now that that's blown up, like they have.
So they're Mormon swingers, or they were.
Not all of them were. Not all of them were. I think there was a select few.
Are they soaking?
What does that mean?
You don't know what soaking is? This is like the big thing that Mormons do. Oh God.
I don't want to talk about it. If it's weird, is it going to gross me out?
Not gross you out.
Is this like Marilyn
it's like
Manson crap?
No. This
Okay.
is a loophole. It's huge in like BYU, which is like a Mormon
university.
Yeah, exactly. So they can't have sex before marriage, the Mormon kids.
Yeah.
So literally they just enter and somebody gets under the bed, and shakes it. And that is their loophole. How have you not heard about this? You're on the internet all the time.
I think I've heard of it now, but not from the internet, from like a conversation.
Your fellow Mormon friends.
Yeah, I don't have those. I don't think. But anyway, now that Mom Talk has blown up, I'm going to deter from you.
So Mom
continuing
Talk
this.
is the people on
Is
Hulu.
the original, like the Utah women. They're all like beautiful, wealthy.
It's like Amish country up there.
Yes, I've been to Utah before, and
Yeah.
it's like that. But then their thing is they're breaking the stereotypes of how Mormon wives should be. And
Is that a stereotype though, or is that how they
your
should be? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not a stereotype.
exactly. So anyway, now that they've blown up, it's like this Texas group wants to do it now, and then,
Oh yeah, now they'll be everywhere.
yeah, and like there's one in Alabama or Mississippi maybe, and they all the.
But now it'll be every
TikTokers.
religion. It's like we're
Well,
Baptist
no, it's not
wives.
even like it. They're doing Secret Lives of Southern Wives or Secret
Right.
Lives of Texas So I don't even know what they're calling them
you
all.
women just watch the shit out of these shows.
No, the Mormon Wives, I haven't watched them all, but I did watch some of them.
So before
Like when
that,
I
were
fold
you
clothes.
like the Laguna Beach siesta key type? Courtney loves that shit.
Laguna Beach?
It drives me
reality,
crazy.
Like, really, I'm going to seem very weird when I say this.
Okay.
But Blake and I love watching Big Brother.
My brother does too.
It's so good.
My
It's
brother
like one
loves
of the only
watching
wholesome
Big
shows
Brother.
you can see on TV now.
I haven't watched Big Brother in 20 years.
But that we used to watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette all the time, and Blake would always do like a fantasy league, and he'd pick like the top
that's
3
funny.
every time, and he was always right. And he does that with pageants too. Like if I make him watch Miss USA, he'll pick out like the winner and the first 2. I'm like, what is this?
I would rather die than watch Miss USA.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I know,
we don't really
you were
watch
a
it.
pageant girl. I'm just saying.
We don't watch
I
it that much
can't-
anymore, but
I
like our
can't do
shows
it.
are, I guess we like Game of Thrones. We're about to start that again.
Loved Game of Thrones.
So good. So good.
So are you done with it? What do you mean started again?
We've watched the whole thing, and we're going
Yeah?
to start it back over. And it's
Dude,
like
okay,
you notice
so-
something new every time when you rewatch
I agree
the
with
series.
that. That's true.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the last season?
Are you talking about House of Dragon or Game
No,
of
no,
Thrones?
no. Game of Thrones last
I
season.
have to, and I'm terrible about this. I'm the one that needs the refresher. You know, how some people
Okay,
skip through the
so-
refresher.
Yeah.
I need the refresher.
So you want me to give you the
Yes.
refresher? Season 8 was the whole White Walker battle,
Yes,
and then
yes.
Daenerys got killed,
Yeah.
and the way Cersei and Jaime died.
I don't like how. So it really, I don't like how she was spiraled, and
I didn't mind that part because she come from the Mad King. It just made sense
yeah,
to me.
it did make sense.
What
I didn't want that to happen though,
Oh,
because
no,
I loved her character.
I didn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
She was one of my favorite
yeah.
people. And a lot of people hate her.
And then the brother and sister got smushed, right?
that pissed me off.
It did.
Yeah,
It was
because
weird.
she should have died a
Yeah,
terrible death.
Not him too. Yeah, but
She
but
should've-
he deserved to die stupidly
Oh, no.
too because he was just dumb.
Courtney gets mad at me because I would watch these shows and I don't let go of the grudges. So the whole time, even when Jamie becomes good, I'm like, he threw Bran out a window.
Yeah,
Like, he deserves to die.
Yeah.
But Cersei should have got Joffrey's death. It
Yes.
should have been terrible.
terrible.
And she got to die some lover's death in the with her lover.
No.
Give me a break.
I saw a meme and it was like the best deaths of all time, and one of them was Joffrey's death.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
one of them was from Sons of Anarchy. Who was the guy that killed Opie?
I never watched it.
You never watched Sons of Anarchy?
No, never watched it.
Such a good show.
Or
Start that
Breaking
one.
Bad.
That's a good show too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm sure
What
they
about
are.
Ozark?
Yes, love. They
So
have
good.
not finished.
You have to watch.
We have 7 episodes left.
Okay, you have to watch Sons of Anarchy. It's such a good show.
I've started it before, and I was just like,
No, you got to stick with it.
okay,
Jax Taylor
no,
is
fine. That's what I did with Game of Thrones. I remember. Do you remember the day you watched the Red Wedding for the first time?
Yes, and I was
I do.
like, no, Blake. All right, so Blake and Bradford are texting back and forth because Bradford and his wife are watching at the same time that we are.
Yeah.
and they were like an episode ahead, and Blake and Bradford's like laughing at his wife's reaction to the Red Wedding.
Sure.
And he was like, "Get ready," and so Blake is watching me the whole time, and I didn't realize it until I'm like watching this happen, and I'm like,
So did he know, Blake?
yes, because this is like the second time he's watched it through. He's seen it.
That's
all.
what happened with me and Courtney. Courtney had
Yeah.
already seen it. So she's watching me watch the Red
Mm-hmm.
Wedding. And I got done. I'll never forget. I got done and I just looked over there at her after she stabbed her pregnant and slit her
Yeah.
throat at the end. At the very end, I didn't think the mom was going to get killed too. And
Mm-hmm.
when the guy was like, I'll just find another wife, I was like, oh my God.
is
And I
brutal.
looked at Courtney and I was like, well, what the fuck are we going to watch now?
It's like
Everybody's
everywhere.
dead.
They're all dead.
Everybody's dead. When they cut Ned Stark's head off, I was like, this show.
That was terrible.
The whole. And then after the Red Wedding, every time somebody died, I was like, of course they did.
Yeah.
I mean, all the
It's
main
like
characters
no
die.
death surprises you now. You're like, well, who do I rally behind now?
When they killed Joffrey, I was like, that was the first time where I was like, finally, thank you. Like,
Yes, that was a good one. When you feel like avenged.
that was one of the greatest
Your
shows
besties.
ever. It
Yes.
really was.
Blake and I still we shout, hold on. Whenever
we had a House of Stagner
stop.
flag and everything that had the wolf on it from the Starks. Like we were, dude.
House
I was all
Stagner.
in. It was amazing.
You were one of
And then
those.
the last season just let me down so bad.
Yeah.
And I tell you what happened if you don't know. The guy that wrote the books wasn't done yet,
Mm-hmm.
and HBO was like, "We want to make this last season." And the guy was like, "Well, I'm not done yet." And they were like, "Well, fine, we'll just write it ourselves."
Dang.
And so that's why it's not as good as if he would have done it.
well,
because-
that's interesting to know. Do you watch House of Dragon? Have you
No,
watched
but
it?
we want to.
Yeah, and we haven't. Blake got cheap and deleted HBO, so
Yeah,
I need to talk.
There's
talk
just
him
too many
into adding that
apps.
back. Yeah, it's so many
Everything
streaming
is
things.
$8, $9, $11, whatever.
It adds up. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. And every one of them, you would think, like, that's what was good about Hulu getting with Disney and ESPN. You're like, finally. There's like 3 that you can get together.
Yes, all in one. I'll tell you another good show, Yellowstone.
Yeah, I've never watched it, but oh God. I've heard it's so good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, Blake, I remember
It's
he was
one of
in
those,
the middle.
it's a time thing with me. I know you understand being busy. It's like,
Well, and I don't watch as many shows now because, we were watching a lot when I didn't have a 5 a.m. class, but
Yeah.
now Blake gets mad because he's like ready to watch a show.
but
and I'm
you're
like,
exhausted.
8:30, going to bed.
You have
Love
to.
You. Yeah.
I mean, the weekend would be the only time, and then the kids are not in school, so it's just, I don't know. Welcome
We'll record
welcome
a
to
show
achieving
and
your
then
dreams.
we can fast forward it and we don't have to wait through the commercials and stuff. Because there's commercials like on Disney Plus now, unless you buy like the upgraded Disney Plus. They have ads on
We
it.
must have the upgraded one.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I don't, on Prime, the free movies have commercials.
Yes.
And what makes me mad, I don't mind the commercials. What makes me mad about that is, why does it have to be a 3-minute commercial? Give me the 30-second ads that I've become accustomed to.
Yeah, like, okay, I'm over this next one, yeah.
Yeah, because like I understand the movie's free on Prime, but then the whole point in having Prime is being able to watch like uninterrupted television. Otherwise, I would just watch TV.
Our kids like are spoiled because
Oh yeah, I mean
Riley
everybody's
and
are.
Amy they're like, commercial. And I'm like, it's like 30 seconds on the Disney app.
Exactly, and
like,
like when we turn on
We
to
used
watch
to
a
could go make our bed, fold our clothes, and then
Exactly.
come back and catch the show.
You remember
again.
running to the microwave and
Yeah.
trying to like finish your food
Yes.
before it?
You're kind of watching and going back.
Oh my
Or you
God.
want to make it back before your sibling changes the channel.
I was fixing to say, you know what used to piss me off, and some people are just those people. Like my uncle and them would watch TV, and as soon as it would go to commercial, he'd go to another station, and I would be sitting over there. It would be something we're all watching. I'd be sitting over there like, please go back, please go back. Yeah, please go back, please go back, please go back. And if they would go back and it had already started, I'd be like, God, we missed like 2 minutes.
We
Like,
missed it. What happened there? Because you can't rewind it.
there's no. And then I remember when TiVo came out, that was like one of
Yeah.
those things where you're like, I could do what?
Mind blowing.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. And
It's
then
cool.
looking back at it, it's like they should have came out with that a long time ago.
Yes.
It wasn't that
Like,
hard.
Who was slacking there? Which smart person was slacking to just come out with that?
Well, I think it was one of those things where like they put TV out and they're like, "This is fine. It's as good as we
This
need
is
it to be.
getting it through,
It's as
yeah.
good as it." What are they complaining
we got to
about?
find a way to charge more for something. So we're going to hold out.
And then I
on this.
bet advertisers are really pissed off about that.
Yep. So then the advertiser said, hey, you can make this much more a year if you charge for ads.
Exactly.
And you let us handle your ad services.
And then they put it on YouTube videos and everything. And the only people that seem to really be holding off on it is TikTok.
Yeah.
They just do not do the ads.
Unless you're sworn to TikTok Shop.
I've seen movies lately. Yeah. I mean, TikTok Shop is like, you could do that. That can be considered an ad in my opinion.
I just feel like it's so saturated now that it's like, there's no way everybody loves everything.
I know. TikTok. One of the 5,000 reasons that they piss me off is they've made the threshold. I get why they did it. It's greed, but like they made the threshold for people to be able to join these programs way too low. Way too low. There's no reason that somebody should be able to join TikTok Shop with 5,000 followers. Like I have 5,000 Facebook friends probably. You know what I mean? I just feel like when I had joined the creator program, I had to have 100,000 followers first. And like that
Or it was like, you had to have like 1 million views or something, or what?
Oh yeah, you had to.
something.
It was
remember-
a checklist.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
I didn't know to apply. I still don't know all the things. I whatever I'm in, I want to get out of it because like I used to
Throttles your
have a
views.
lot more engagement. I don't care for the creative.
That's what I say. Give me my views back and
I
don't
just
pay
want the
me.
views, and I want to like make my money with companies and partnerships.
Exactly.
Versus TikTok.
And I wish TikTok would get that through to their head. I don't know anybody that's happy with it. You know, every creator
Unless
that I
it's
talk
the
to,
people
big
with,
ones
like-
or small ones.
Well, I like the multi-million ones maybe because
Well, I see what it is TikTok rewards drama. And so then no matter what they want to push out, if it has drama on it,
Yeah.
people will send it to each other.
Yes.
Oh my God, blah,
Look
blah,
at
blah,
this,
blah,
look at
blah.
this.
Whereas in our case, if they never show it to people to begin with, what's gonna, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna be sending
What's
that back
weird
and
is when you
forth.
see somebody that has like 300,000 followers and then you go look at their videos and it's like 300 views, 200 views. And I'm like, how is this possible?
So this is what I tell people. In my opinion, this is what matters the most. That's why I want my views back and not my. Hold on, let me wait for him to stop. I'm sorry,
What's
y'all,
it
if you
to
can hear
say?
this damn dog.
He's talking like maybe there's an intruder. Well, you just had something to say.
Was
He's
it
gotta
the
get out.
quietest intruder ever?
That's what the Scream guy does. He's very quiet.
I've thought about making a video where he's just waiting in the closet all day, just like scrolling on his phone or playing whatever.
Okay, hang on. Pause what you're about to say with the TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
One time, speaking of scares, one of my clients, I'd scare her all the time, and she had like this very obnoxious squeal. Like she would, every time she
Courtney.
would squeal so loud every time I scared her. And I think she wanted to retaliate. And this is back when I worked at Fit Body, and I would have to leave to go do physical therapy for my knee, like right after the lunch class every day. And I remember looking out and seeing her car still, and I'm like, Brianna, I texted her, I said, and I think I shouted, I'm like, anybody in here? I'm about to leave and lock the door. And she didn't, like, no response. So I'm like, okay, she might have like gone somewhere with somebody else and just left her car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I texted her too, and I said, if you're trying to scare me.
I remember this, I think.
I posted it because
Yeah.
it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you're here, you get like, now is your chance to leave because I have physical therapy. I'm going to be late. And so it's like last chance. And so I leave, I lock the door. I'm like getting off the interstate in Saraland, and she FaceTimes me and she's like crying, laughing. It's dark. She's wearing like a garbage bag, and it's like she's sweating so much because she has been hiding in the closet with a Scream mask on in a garbage bag, waiting on me to like walk in the kitchen room to where she could pop out of the closet and scare me. And she said, I thought you were bluffing. I was waiting to scare you.
God.
So she had to go out the emergency exit.
That's
in the
commitment,
back.
though.
She was so committed.
Did an alarm go off or anything?
No, because
okay.
it wasn't set, but it was super safe. But anyway,
Dude,
so,
get
it's like she
Courtney.
couldn't get
Look,
me.
start scaring Courtney.
Okay.
She's a screamer. Like,
Why are you whispering? Is she here?
no, but she's a screamer.
Okay.
She's a screamer. Like,
Okay.
she'll see anything and it's like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's so over
She
the
always
top.
stands right by the speaker too, so I try to gingerly be like 3:45, everybody, and then like yell because it's like in your face if you're standing right there.
Get her. I mean,
Okay.
start scaring her.
I can do that.
But what I was saying about
Yes.
TikTok, I tell everybody this is the reason I want my views instead of
The
money.
the money.
Instead of money. You can post on TikTok every day for 10 years and you will eventually get 1 million followers
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is. Followers don't matter. That's what I try to stress to people. The only thing that matters
Engagement.
are your views.
Yeah.
Which comes with engagement.
Mm-hmm.
If you get views, then guess what? Those people follow. Like the brands care about views. Everybody that matters cares about views. Nobody cares how many followers you got. If
Well, I
you've
mean, I
got
feel like it's not a
300,000
super
followers,
Smart company, Blake's calling me. I feel like it's not a super smart company if they go to somebody's page and they're like 100,000 followers. Let's give them a deal. Like I'm gonna look.
But
How well are their videos
the
doing? Is it-
creators that I talk to feel that way, and
Yeah.
they're wrong. They're like, I got 1 million followers. I'm like, yeah, your videos get 5,000 views.
Yeah.
That company's not fixing to pay you a shitload of money to get 5,000 views.
No.
Why would they?
Yeah.
They'd rather pay somebody with 100,000 followers who gets 100,000 views every video. We can wrap this up.
No, we're good. Yeah. Well, and I just got to leave in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But no, I feel that, and I have the emails
I try to
coming
stress
through.
that to people.
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, first of all, like what my rates are. I guess people stopped asking for rates because they think with TikTok Shop, they think like just giving you a product is all that you want.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, I'm not promising to make a video just because you sent me a product. Because what if I
Exactly.
hate it? Like, I'm just
Well,
not.
but the thing is, people fall for that. That's why they do it. There's plenty of people in the world who think they're going to make $1 million on TikTok Shop, so they agree to do a video for free. And I tell people all the time, I was like, if you're going to do TikTok Shop, don't pick something that everybody has. Don't pick a Stanley cup and be like, I love this Stanley so much. Like, yeah, so does
Everybody's
a
already got
million
one.
other bitches. They all
I'm
have
sick
it.
of the Stanleys because they spill in the gym. People get water everywhere. Because it's not spill
So
proof.
you need to get Tribe
Hydro
spill-proof cups to
jugs.
sell Tribe hydro jugs to everybody. They're dying to put the brand
Listen,
on everything.
I am the owner. I'm the head coach. I am social media director. I'm the housekeeper. I'm the programmer.
Listen. This is what I told you the other day when I was
So now I
texting
need to
you.
be the merch.
Wah,
I handle the merch.
wah. All my dreams are coming true.
And
Nobody cares.
I'm very thankful, but it's a lot.
But we know you're
And
busy.
speaking of a lot, we're getting a puppy, which that might be why he was calling me, because he went to PetSmart. We're getting a puppy on
What
Thursday.
kind of puppy?
A golden retriever. His name is Mac. Because
At least you went golden retriever. That's awesome.
3
Do y'all have
children,
a dog?
we did. And we lost our dog. He ran out and got hit by a car.
Yeah.
It's been like over a year. But
Oh, so it's time.
we're a dog family. Like our kids
Yeah, we
love
are too.
dogs.
Like if
So-
we ever lose one of those, then we're getting another one.
Listen, there's a brother available.
No, not right now. Don't listen to this, Courtney. I don't know what the hell she's
It's so
talking about.
cute. Let me show you his
Stop!
picture.
What are all these people? Do y'all
show you his
tagging
picture.
Courtney and all these
I'll
things
show
trying to
you his
get
picture.
dogs?
He's so cute.
We already
His
have
name's
2 dogs.
Rusty. His name is Rusty, and he needs a home. He's got so much love to give, and he just needs somebody to
Nobody
to
cares.
live with.
Yeah, show the camera. Y'all go get Rusty.
Look at
We're not
Rusty.
getting Rusty.
It's
He is
Rusty.
adorable. Looks like Air Bud.
Where's Rusty? He's the sweetest one too, because we were kind of between him and the one we chose, but we always choose the psycho dog. And I thought maybe we should not choose the crazy
But
dog.
why?
It just fits us. Like our kids are wild. Like we don't need a sweet little puppy that just gets tormented like Nana
Oh well,
off Peter Pan.
that's fair.
You know?
Yeah, man, I had a lab that I got from Jory and Jill Ellison
Mm-hmm.
that was like the best dog ever. And my sister, when she was like 3 or 4, would torture this dog. She would tie him to like a door knob and just sit there and play with him and like make up with him, and he would just sit there like the best dog in the world, just letting her do all
kind of
this
dog was
shit
it?
to him. Huh?
What kind of dog was it?
A black lab.
Oh,
And then one day he
Jory's
just.
one of my clients too. She does my 5 a.m. class.
Did you say Jory?
Jory does.
Yeah, nice. We let this dog out one day and it just never came back.
He was sick and tired of the
No. My sister was much older by then, so nobody was messing with him. We think that a snake probably bit him,
Well, we had a boxer as a child before we got our swimming pool.
which is like the lovingest,
They're
lickingest,
sweet.
hypingest.
Yes, hyper.
Like they think, every boxer I've ever been around thinks it's a chihuahua.
I think that they also are a little stupid. Like the boxer voice, like if you made a voice, I know we talked about, it's like, so we had this boxer and we got a pool. We were getting a pool installed. And my mom told me that boxers couldn't swim and we had to rehome the boxer. And so I was like, we have to protect this boxer. I don't want him to drown. And so we rehomed the boxer to a different family. And living in Birmingham, our next door neighbors had 2 boxers.
Yeah.
And so we're talking to them like, hey, y'all need to come to the lake with us. Bring Vegas. This was our Chesapeake Bay Retriever. And because he loved to swim. He's like a water dog.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, Jack and Kaiser love to swim. Like, and I said, wait a second, they can swim? And she looked at me like I was stupid.
And you called boxers stupid.
Yeah. And so I called my mom. I said, you lied to me.
You were reincarnated
Yeah.
from a
Said,
boxer.
we could have kept Duchess. That was our boxer's name, was Duchess.
Courtney's family told her that that the dogs went to college. Like when they died, they went to college. What college? That's so funny to me. I don't know why.
No.
All right, we're gonna
sad.
wrap it up on dead dogs. All right.
Dead dog. We're getting a real dog.
Tell
A li-
everybody
a live
where to
dog.
follow you, what you're doing. Y'all can't get in our classes because there's
Brown
wait
is-
lists.
Yeah. No, I have openings now. I do have some
Okay,
openings.
good.
I had some slackers quit. You know who you are. I had to look down the camera.
All right, tell them I was interrupting.
Tribe Fitness, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool little logo. I have a legit logo now.
Deanna Brown. I will
Deanna
put
Brown.
all your stuff. I'll put the link for everything in
If they've made
the
it this far.
description. Huh?
I said if they've made it this far in the video.
Yeah, no, they'll make it this far. This is a good one.
Okay.
Thanks
If
for
you
coming.
say so. Yeah, you're welcome. I got to go hit up that carpool now.
Bye.
Bye.